Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Vallen, and this is SevTech Ages. That's right, SevTech Ages, in case you did not already know. Let me put my trumpet away here. As per usual, I've got a small list. Usually it's, I guess it is not usual. I have a small list, not a large one, because I'm not really sure exactly how far this list will take me. I do know to a point. Also, I did a little reorganization of the altar. It's going to be switched up today. Not to worry, things will be taken care of. I accidentally had some cows get out earlier when I smacked one and had the gate open, and every single one of them ran out. It was a mess. We're gonna have to rearrange these guys. And yes, I've been recoloring my sheep as I go, just so that I can get the different color wool for that the ram quest in the Twilight at some point. But on top of that, my little mob spawner area here has been going quite well. I've been picking it up and placing it back down on occasion, and I used it recently to repair my nightly pickaxe, which is very nice. I think next stage I might switch up my armor yet again for a different type, but we'll see how things go. For now, though, I have some stuff here. Basic crafting table and the journey map token. And I'm kind of thinking that's where we go, and then we do the engine. Because I have most of the ingredients already here. In fact, let me grab these here. And I think that this is some of the ingredients. Oh, I also made a steel leaf pick, which you make one of these with just some steel leaf. You get a Fortune 2 pick. I combined those in an anvil and got a Fortune 3 pick, which some might think, oh, it's a big waste of XP. The XP I got from that was just like a very small mining trip. It's not very much at all. So therefore, not a lot of XP was wasted in my mind. And I do have quite a bit in here. How many levels? 79 levels at the moment. Oof. But at the moment, though, I do have a Fortune 3 pick, which is always nice to have. Now, as for crafting stuff, I have some flour left in here. Let's get rid of this. I was refreshing my food. I now have like a half stack of melon pie, and I've got a full stack of hearty stews again. So I'm sitting pretty for my foodstuffs, because I also noticed that my fruit was going down. So I was like, all right, I guess I need something saturating that gives me fruit for now that isn't too difficult to make. I realize that there are some wonderful options, like the white pear from the Betweenlands is excellent, and I probably should have been making that for some time now, but I did not. Anyway, and I've still got armor shards in here. Let's put these back in here. I've still got a bunch of just like little things left in here. Oh, and you can see I don't even have any space. No space left. Maybe I'll throw it in there for now, because then I'll still be able to access it on the side. But anyway, let's see about making this basic crafting table. So, recipe for it involves a whole lot of these. The basic catalyst, one of those, and 4 of these in the recipe, as you can see. Oh, actually, it also requires black iron slate. So each one of these requires multiple. So that's... How many of these can I make? I have been collecting a lot of stardust. I should show you guys. I did a little bit of an explore down south. Let's zoom out here on the map. And I found... This is just me outlining the area. It looks kind of spotty, but I went around this edge here. I believe that... Oh, no. Okay. So I went around this edge here and followed it all the way around. And all this is all water, as far as I know. There might be some small islands in there, but then I started zigzagging back and forth a bit, and I found a water temple. So that's kind of cool. It's a bit far, but I mean, I was just kind of looking for stuff, and along the way, anytime that I saw some stardust, I just kind of grabbed it. I thought that would be, useful at the very least, because I'm going to need a bunch of it. So let me go run over here, grab a bunch of that stardust from the Astral Sorcery altar. And in fact, I've got my Fortune 3 pick. I could see if I can potentially get back a little bit more from some of these celestial crystals that I have had sitting here for some time. I've only got a couple of them, but let's see. Oh, I did get 2. Excellent. All right, so that's a good thing. And there we go. I got a couple from that one as well. So that is definitely a net gain in this case. And I'm probably going to... No, don't use that pick, Vallen. That's very silly. I have, 4 now? I want to reinvest those that I have used. I don't want to just There we go. I don't want to just constantly use up all my resources for it. So I'm going to need a bucket, a bunch of buckets of starlight. That's the problem, is that my starlight is way over there. I guess I could potentially have put this thing over here to begin with. Oof. But anyway, I do want to keep going with that, but I have a whole bunch of this as it is. I am going to keep 4 for now at the very least, so that I can keep producing more in the future. But I will need 4 more buckets of starlight. Alright, so here I am back at the crafting table to start making this basic crafting table. It's weird, I'm using a regular crafting table to make a basic one, but the black iron slates are made from black iron ingots, which are made from smelting crushed black quartz and iron ingots. Actually, I don't know that I did that. No, I did not. I need to do that right now. Let's put some of these in here, leave that, and we can get those smelting up. In fact, I could probably toss these ones in here. There we go. This is why I've got 2 of those things. And while that's going, I could potentially try and get some of this recipe set up. So that's going to be iron rods, which of course are just iron ingots smashed into iron plates, smashed into iron rods. Simple enough, right? So I'm going to need those. Plus, what is the other one? The stardust, which I'm going to need those. And the rods, which... Where did my rods go? I had a whole bunch of those. Oh, I've got them up here. All right. So I don't think I actually need all 16 stardust. I'm just going to put 8 there for now. So I think the rest is all just black iron slates, which are going to be the black iron smashed out. Let's grab some of this. I should have a couple of these at least to work with. Put these down here. I think this is how it is. Let's just make sure. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so once I've got enough of these all smashed up, I'll be right back. All right, and that should probably do it there. Now, I have 8, and I was making 9. Reason being is that I need, there we go, the last one for part of the recipe as the black iron ingot in itself. So let's do this. I'm taking a risk here in that I need this many. I'm pretty sure I counted properly, but... that makes a bunch of basic components, which I'm going to need to make this next. That's where that iron ingot came in. And then I still have 4 more. So then I should, because I did... Oh, shoot. Looks like I do need to make 1 more piece. I miscounted a little tiny bit. There we go. I got the last one. Now I just need to put this in here, smash it up, grab that last piece, drop off the mallet. Done. Okay, now... I should be able to make, I think this, because it's just a block of iron, really. There we go. Basic crafting table. Nice. All right. Now, I know that usually when you use the basic crafting table, it like requires different objects out near it, I guess, so that it can process, but I don't think that it calls for that in this case. So I'm just going to temporarily set it down and then see about using that for making some of these other things that I've got here. In fact, let's get rid of this, put this in with the rest of these that I have, and perhaps I hope this doesn't ruin it. Okay, good. That would have been a big disappointment. But I can put that there, and then I can just grab all these things. Now I think I've got enough items for this. The use for this is all this stuff. I'm missing, oh, the Ring of Ascent. Crud. Okay, so I lied. I don't have all the things. I still need to go back to the Betweenlands, but that's not going to stop me nonetheless. Because I am planning on saving this for next episode. I think we'll go there, get our journey map, and we will still continue on into the besides that, we're going to go for the engine, because I believe I've got all those ingredients there. And yeah, I keep hearing noises, which... every now and then, I've actually been getting deuter skeletons popping up in there. It's not actually the portal; it's actually the skeleton itself, which I find funny. Oh, and while I'm at it, yeah, thank you for those in the comments. I did not realize that if I had cut this before. There we go. So now it should be usable, that I can turn it into a one of these gears here, like this, a wooden gear. So I could easily just cut that, turn it into a gear. It apparently with the update, some of the blocks need to be put back in an inventory grid. So for now, let's grab all these, take these extra items that I have here with me. Let's get actually, I was thinking about getting a snooze, but you know what? Instead, let's not. The reason being, let me kind of slingshot my way around here a little bit quicker. Let's actually head over to this and redesign this area. Yes, I did add another one, so I've got a total of 4 of these spectral relays, which I think is well more than enough for what I need right now. And what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to harvest all this up that doesn't belong in the spot that it's at, and then I'm going to upgrade the altar so that we can actually get the next level. Slight problem with that is that I totally forgot that I need to actually make the altar on the old one first, so I had to put it back down real quick. But I am going to need maze stone, as well as a couple cave illuminators and some live root, which I don't actually have any maze stone. I left it, but that would be a quick nip back into the Twilight. That aside, I should be able to make some of these, because a cave illuminator is relatively inexpensive. And in fact, I have a bunch of items that I can deposit in here. Let's grab this. I'm going to need some marble. I've got some illumination powder. And that just means I need a little bit of aquamarine. All should be good after that. Alright, so here's the recipe we're going to need. So I'm going to need at least 8 ruined marble. I do have that on me here. So let's just start converting some of the marble into ruined marble. There we go. And I should be able to just kind of put these in the corners, because this is like the bottom tier accessibility, if I remember properly. Let's see. I just need a couple of these on top, a couple of these on the side. Yep, there we go. So then I just need to double up these. I think it should stack it because it doesn't use any kind of special recipe in this case. There we go. Now I just need my wand, which should be in here. Grab this, that, right click, and then you just wait. There we go. I now have cave illuminators, which are really, really cool, actually. They will light up a large diameter of any underground dark areas below them. So if I put it up on top up there, it would illuminate any areas over there. But if you have a mob spawner nearby, it's a bad idea to have it near that, because it would end up illuminating your mob spawners as well. And if any of those lights form in the area, you'll have to just place a block to destroy that light. But then if you harvest it again and the cave illuminator is still there, it would then, create light. But just remember, it doesn't work above ground, though. So that's kind of a negative. But for now, I'm kind of thinking I might do another trip into the Twilight, because I need some maze stone at this point. Okay, so some of you are probably thinking, oh boy, he's going to go all the way back down and do all this stuff. No, I certainly am not. I'm going to just mine myself a little block opening here and then do the usual thing that I usually do. And that is where I just kind of take advantage of the situation as best I can. Let's get rid of some of the string. Then I just need to pour this down. Get out of here. And it should speed me up so that I can actually harvest a bunch of this maze stone at a decent rate. There we go. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of this, and I should be able to get what I need, and then be on my way. Okay, something I'm very confused about. So I was looking at my inventory and how it was full, because I picked up a bunch of stuff on the ground. And it was mostly just a bunch of like food and stuff that I picked up, but I picked up a Carbonite Reactor. I'm thinking at some point I was throwing stuff out of my inventory, and I got a bit careless and threw out one of my Carbonite Reactors, because I did have multiples and I only found I think 1 or 2 in my inventory. So I'm going to keep it for now. I don't know. Oh look, Corallium. Gosh, you find that stuff everywhere. I don't know how I came across that. It's very confusing, but I believe that I've got enough maze stone, because at the very least I can, I think, use chisel with it, yeah, and make a whole bunch of stuff with it. Yeah, it looks like they're all the same stuff as well. So I should be alright with this, at least I hope so. Yeah, looking at the Twilight Forest maze stone of any sort, we've got all these here. Gosh, look at that. Oh, maze breaker. Oh, I'm still going to be getting you at some point. Ah, there we go. and now I'm back. I did also at some point do a little bit of like the leaf dungeons that were in the Twilight. I did some searching on those. I found some more of the interesting saplings, namely a robust Twilight Oak Sapling, which is going to be one of those really big ones. A Miner's Tree Sapling, which can always bring ores to the surface for those that are in a small diameter around it, going all the way down. Then a sorting tree, which is actually pretty unique. If you are looking for some kind of inventory sorting mechanic, you plant this sucker, and yeah, it's going to help you out for a certain radius. Any what is it? Chests that are near it, once you turn it on, because it'll have this little icon on the trunk, you've got to like break one of the leaves, turn the icon on, and then any nearby chests, I think within a certain radius, I think it's like 8 blocks, 16 blocks, something like that, it will then sort all those chests according to how it thinks things are sorted. And of course, I got a couple rainbow oak saplings because I put some of those rainbow oak leaves down, and I broke them and got some saplings. So yay! And then of course, yeah. So I do have some of the saplings. I don't have all of them. I still am missing the one that I wanted, which is the one that actually changes the biome type, because I wanted to plant a few of these upstairs so that I could make things a little bit prettier. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I have the things I need. My inventory is overflowing with goodness. So let's go and take care of that. Actually, I realize now why I have a Carbonite Reactor is because it's part of that recipe. I did not pick it up. It was in my inventory the entire time. I'm just a big doof like that. So, actually, let me put some of these in here so that I've got some space at the moment. It's getting a little bit monotonous. Grab my chisel and switch this out. And then I think I can switch all these to just regular maze stone for now. There we go. That should save me a little bit of space. And now what I'm going to need is this, which is decorative maze stone brick. I'll need 2 of those, 2 mosaic, 2 chiseled. All right, I'm just going to chisel those up and I'll be right back. All right, so that should do it, I think, at least. Let's see, decorative maze stone brick. Can't remember which one goes where, but one way or another, should function at some point. All right, so the use for this, I need a Firefly Jar, some kind of crystal. I'm just going to toss in a regular old rock crystal, ironwood ingot. All right, let's see. All right, so I have a glass bottle, and I have a whole bunch of fireflies. So I should be able to take these 2, put them together, there we go, and make ourselves a Firefly Jar. That just means I need the ironwood ingot and the live root, which ironwood ingot is simple enough. There we go. And live root. I've got a couple of those too. I've been kind of hoarding this stuff as I find it, just because I know that it's valuable in some way. I just wasn't expecting to use it in some of these recipes. Bottle, ironwood ingot, and 2 live root. That seems like it would be correct. Oh, almost. I've got these just off. All right, so now we just need to wait for nighttime, and then we should be good. In the meantime, I'm going to go empty out my inventory of a whole bunch of junk that I've got. All right, and here we go. It looks like it's dark enough. It's not actually that dark, but it's very well in place. So now we just got to wait for this thing to finish doing its stuff. Always really cool watching these things do the little special animation. They do take quite a while for it to happen, but hey, you know, it is an accomplishment and a chapter that you move on in Astral Sorcery, so I don't see why not. And there we go. I now have Constellation unlocked, and I've got this new Celestial Altar, which is going to need its area, as I said before, kind of fixed. So at this point, because when you look, it's a red bar, which isn't going to work, I'm going to need to harvest up all this stuff, redesign this, and be right back. So realize that I now have Constellation open, but the information is going to be stored in Attunement, because that is where we actually unlocked, there it is, this Celestial Altar, which there's the recipe. If you right click, if you look over here, here's the setup that we're going to have to do, and it's an 11 by 11, and that's 11 by 11 on this line here, not this interior one. So this is going to be 11 by 11, this is going to be 9 by 9, 7 by 7. So we need to have a 7 by 7 of sooty marble on the interior, which means that you just take the old one that I have here, which is what? Looks like it's 5 by 5. So I am going to need to expand that quite a bit. I do have some sooty marble. Hopefully it'll be enough. Let's find out here. So that's basically just going to be one more layer on the outside of all of this. Now, of course, you can use building wands, make this that much faster in this case. Looks like I had just enough. I am going to need a lot more sooty marble in the future for when I become attuned, but for now that should do. And with that out of the way, I can take my remaining ingredients and try and get 4 rune marble, 40 marble bricks, 12 marble, 8 marble pillars, which I already have, and 4 chiseled marble, which I already have. Alright, so for this next part, I'm going to use my formation wand because that's just going to make things a little bit simpler in my mind at least. Let's take the block I need to make, which is going to be this one. I believe that it's just surrounding the entire thing except for underneath. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's just a 5 by 5 area, so that's a little bit more interesting. Plus, I'm going to have to fend off some of the natives. They seem a bit restless right now. Do you mind? So by putting this down, though, I can shift right-click, and then I can start adding in more of that same block. Oh, crap. It's not going to take the exact same block, is it? That seems to be a little bit of a mismatch. That sounds like a glitch. All right, so I'm going to have to do this manual style. All right, I think... Hey, I've got it figured out. All right, so that's cool. I even have a little bit of the of the bridge kind of coming onto this a little bit, and it doesn't seem to be affecting it. I think it's when you cover the black area that maybe, I don't know. I know that if you cover this at least, things aren't always good. So I now have that done. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the engine. Wow, this is going to be a bit of an effort to set up. I'm going to start putting all these things in place, and I will be back in a moment. So there was one thing that I had forgotten, and that was the unfired clay bowl, which actually I think goes in here, if I'm not mistaken. I hope it does, for the cauldron, because I don't want to take the one that I've got over there. I'm using it, so yeah, it just goes in the clay kiln. There we go, and then that should go in here, and then there's always that rendering glitch that just kind of sticks in there. Oof. But, oh well, let me just go back over. I've got everything else in place. I think I might need a lot of starlight for this, but I guess we will find out. Whoa, okay. So, that means I just put this here. Yeah, so it's going to need to be nighttime, as per usual. You know, it's like midday. Whenever you're working on astral sorcery stuff, that is a problem, but it's not too bad of one to have, at least. I now have that complete, and once I've got this taken care of, what I'm thinking I'm going to do next is going to be in the next episode, which is going to be going to the Between Lands. I'm going to need to go there so that I can actually get the journey map token. I realize that I will be in the next stage, and there's all sorts of interesting things that I can go for, but I feel that it'll be my last hurrah in order to do so, because I'm trying to alternate a little bit of adventure, a little bit of progress. So I will be back once it gets a bit, well, less sunny out. So after all that waiting, as it turns out, I still don't have enough starlight. So there are 2 ways I could go about this. I already have 4 spectral relay setups going on, and I realize that you get diminishing returns on these. Let's actually find out just how much this reduces it when I remove... Oh, wow, that's considerable. So if I toss down 1 or 2 more of these, I might be able to actually make it work. Problem is, I've got all this stuff already in here, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. So let me build one up as quick as I can, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm actually getting somewhere, but it is partway into the next day. As you can see, it took me a while to actually make these, and I'm still in need of a couple more lenses as well. And once again, I realize I'm going to get diminishing returns on this, but yeah, at this point I don't think I have a choice, because I really don't want to have to break this entire thing and raise it up to Y level 120 or above in order to get the maximum starlight just yet. I mean, that is my ultimate plan, but I plan on doing that in a future age. But for now, let's see. Let's take a look at this. All right, so it almost lines up with this edge here. There. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely be more than enough. Actually, I probably could have gotten away with... I might have been able to get away with just adding one. But I think that this will be sufficient. Now, once again... I've got to wait. While I wait, though, I figure this time I'm going to try and be productive instead of just kind of mulling about. So what I'm going to need in this case is a little bit of Stardust, plus 4 crappy rock crystals. They all have really bad purity, which, by the way, these two had really good purity, 93 and 90%. I'm very, very pleased with those. I'm going to want to take care of those, too. So let's put this back in. I'm not going to need those at the moment. I will need this. And the glass, I don't need that at the moment. I was using seared brick, so I made a seared gauge, filled it up with liquid starlight, plus I took a bucket with me. So now I should be able to, at the very least, kind of set this over here and bucket things into place. Now what I need is one of these, and one of... They do tend to bounce for some reason. They like going into inventories. So if I do this... throw one of those in as well. There we go. We get the particles, and then I should be all right. Take some of this. Whoa, that's not where I wanted it. And put these in each one. I'm actually going to make a separate area over here for this. And then grab this. And grab the tank, because it's just going to be useful to take that with me. Grab those, get myself some night vision, which is always nice. And then toss in some more rock crystals, plus, let's do this. Oh, that didn't actually go in, did it? No, it did not. There we go. There we go, blue particles for the win, and then they'll turn into more of these celestial crystal clusters, which I'm going to just keep on trying to multiply these and get a whole bunch more of the stardust for now. I realize in the next stage, I will likely be able to just create the stardust much simpler. See if I can get that in there. There we go. But for now, I don't see why not. I'm going to need the celestial clusters, or celestial crystals anyway. Now this one over here is so I can toss in these. I'm going to take the one with the higher purity, this one, and toss that in there, 93%. That is so good. Then I'm going to go get one more bucket. Yeah, I got plenty of time. And make up this other one here. I might actually just take and fill this seared gauge that I've got at the moment and use that in the meantime. Okay, so the first thing already did happen, so therefore the size of this crystal has likely increased. Let's see, yep, 175, and it was down below 100 before, so I just need to keep on soaking these and adding, there we go, a bit of liquid starlight, and they may actually, over time, duplicate. So let's put this here, and I will just continue to do this. This is definitely, yeah, I'm going to have to come up with a better method of getting starlight. I think I'm just going to let that run out, which is good. I've got over 100 buckets over there. But once I run that out, I'll probably move it over here so that I can use it more frequently in a much more practical manner. But it's almost nighttime, so I should start getting prepared for that. All right, and here we are back at the stopping point from before. Moon is still rising and hasn't even gotten to its maximum output yet, so come on, just a little bit more, I think. But there we go, we can now do this. Okay, folks, let's go. Let's graduate to the next level. And there we go, I have crafted it. There it is. Oh boy, I'm actually a little bit anxious here. Pick up this darn engine and everything's gonna explode at this point. So let's do this. Welcome to Age 3. You lost access to Stage 2 mobs. You've unlocked Stage 3 mobs. You've unlocked Stage 3. Great. Completed the challenge Training with Coal and Advancement of Age 3. Excellent. We now have this. What is this used for anyway? Oh my gosh. Tell me that there's an easier way to... Oh, there is an easier way to make it. Dear God, look at that. Still make it the old way, but I think the new way is going to be much better. Oh wow, okay, that's going to be put in safe storage for now. Yeah, because I don't want to accidentally use that in some or break it in some way, shape, or form. That would be bad. So what was that? Oh, that was where the grapple hook landed. So there you go, folks. I've made it to stage or age 3 of SevTech. Now, here's the thing, though. So the next episode, I'm going to be going into the Betweenlands, and fighting a tower and so on. Hopefully, able to get that amulet so that I can then get a better version than this Antique Atlas, which I know goes away, and I get Journey Map at age 4, but you know how slow I am with getting these ages going. So I figured that's probably a good thing. And it's probably not going to be a lot of progress on age 3, but I think it's still going to be fun nonetheless. So, if you guys enjoyed this, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to spread the mischief to others if you think that they'll enjoy this kind of content too. And if you want to support the mischief, there's links in the description below. Until next time, folks, I'll see ya.